Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is Manifest with Me in March, episode 14. So you guys, I'm so excited for today because we are now in a different phase of the moon. So when you look up at the moon, it's going to appear as if it is completely split in half. And this is called the first quarter moon. So this is the moon phase that we are entering into today. So what we've done so far is we've been through the new moon phase and we set our intentions, we visualized our intentions, we did a whole bunch of exercises that helped open our hearts and open our minds to the idea of manifesting. Some of you guys have made vision boards or mood boards. Maybe you spent some time meditating. If you've followed every single episode of Manifest with Me in March, awesome. If all you've done at this point, honestly, is just written your intentions down, that's still okay. Bonus points if you've made a vision board and you actually did a little meditation and visualized as if you have already received these things. That's pretty much what I've done. I got caught up last night, actually. But today is an important day, very important day in the moon cycle. You really don't want to skip out on these next couple days because this is the time where we're supposed to take action. Now, I want to be real with you guys. This manifestation process is not just about setting intentions and just believing it will happen and everything falls into place magically and you become a millionaire, live happily ever after. Hey, maybe it could happen to some of you guys. Never say never, but you have to realize that you have to be the one to take action. Manifestation is all about co-creating with the universe. If you think about it, you are a part of the universe and the universe is part of you. You are part of the energy that's on this planet. So if you look around, you can kind of see signs of this energy, this collective consciousness, God or the universe or whatever you want to call it. You can see that energy all around you in the plants, in the animals, even in the amazing creations that humans make. I'm actually looking out my window to this beautiful city in Tbilisi, Georgia right now, and I'm just fascinated by all the buildings and how everything's been constructed. Everything starts with the vision. Then that vision becomes like a plan. So if, let's say, someone's going to build a building, they think of the idea and somebody hires them or they get the funding for that. So they do have to do the work to make that happen. And then they draw up a plan and they get all the tools, all the materials, all the supplies they need. They hire people and they start the building process. And so that's kind of what we're working on right now. You have the vision, you have the plan, and now you need to get the funding, you need to get the tools, the materials, the resources, and you need to get to work. So that's what the next week, just about a little bit over a week, is really going to be about. Maybe you've already started working on your intentions, and that's okay. If your heart has told you to start working, that's totally fine. If you want to continue to work through the full moon and through the rest of the month, even into next month, that's okay. Some of the intentions you have might require you to do some work over the next couple months. For some of you guys, over the next couple years, maybe even for some manifestations for the next decade or so. But this week is important that you take action and get some kind of momentum going towards your intentions. You don't have to finish the project, you don't have to figure it all out, you don't have to have it all together, you just need to take some kind of action. So for instance, if you are trying to manifest a brand new home, let's say at the minute you're living in an apartment, maybe you have a couple of roommates, maybe you work like a full-time job and you're going to school and you do want to manifest your dream home or like a beautiful, house that you own. Obviously right now you might not be able to like completely save up for the house. It might be hard to think like, what kind of action can I really take right now this week that's going to help? Well, here's a couple of ideas. You might have to get creative. Number one is maybe like research in your area if there are any open houses. If there's an open house, that means anyone can show up and look at the house. So you're not wasting somebody's time. There's going to be other people who will be at the open house who will be interested in buying. You're not going to waste anybody's time. So you can just show up at the open house, look around, maybe ask a question or two, be very polite. Once again, you don't want to waste anybody's time. But you're just going to look around the house and think, maybe one day I can, purchase something like this. Note the things that you like, note the things that you don't like. Maybe you can also research like mortgages or how to buy your first home. Maybe you can make a little folder on your YouTube where you save videos and like research the process of buying a home and what that's like. Maybe you can talk to somebody else who has purchased a home. If you have a friend or family member, sit down and just be like, hey, I want to ask you some questions about how you bought your first home and what the process was and what that was like. So you're actually taking action and getting like your gears turning and your mind starting to think about like, this is going to be a possibility for me one day. Like I am going to do this. Maybe something else you can do is say affirmations for abundance, or maybe you can draw a picture of what your dream home would look like, or add some more to your vision board of your dream home. Also, being a good steward of what you have now and creating good energy around what you have now will also help with manifesting. If you're trying to manifest finances and abundance, then look over your budget and see if there's any places that you're wasting money. Maybe you're buying a lot of bottled water. Maybe you can purchase like a reusable bottle of water. That will save you some money. Maybe you're going out to eat, eating fast food a lot. That wastes so much money, especially in America. Like when I personally saved up to travel the world, and literally the main thing that helped me save money was I stopped going out to eat and I started cooking at home, and I found all of these like really delicious 3-ingredient meals on Pinterest, and I made a whole board and I started planning my grocery shopping. There's so many people out there who have like grocery shopping plans. So like a budget of like $50 a week or $100 a week. They'll tell you like, here's what you buy and like, here's how much it is, and here's how you make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you can start meal prepping and make a budget so you only go out to eat once a month or something like that. That helps you save so much money. And then the money that you save, take that money and open up a savings account and don't touch it. Here's a random tip for you guys. Open a savings account at a different bank and make it really difficult for you to access. Like basically, this is what I did. I opened up a savings account at a particular bank. I'm not gonna say the bank's name, but the bank had really strict transfers. Like I had this one bank where you could like deposit and transfer money in like minutes, and this other bank takes 3 days to transfer money. It's like this, I don't know why, but it takes 3 days. So I chose that bank on purpose because I knew if I ever wanted to transfer money, or I was like, I'm gonna buy this thing and screw my savings, like it would take me 3 days and I'd have to really think about it. And so yeah, to this day I haven't transferred any money from my savings. It's pretty awesome. I also didn't get a debit card. Like I got a debit card for my savings account, but I never activated it and I just cut it up. So I have an account that I can put money in, but taking money out or spending money on the go is kind of difficult. And if there was an emergency, I could access it, and if I needed to, eventually get the thing I want to buy with the savings account, I can figure it out. But I've just kind of made it difficult for myself to be able to access that. So random, just suggestion for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are trying to manifest finances, prosperity, like a big purchase. And so if it has to do with money, taking action can look like getting some stuff in your house to put on eBay. Finding a way to make extra money. Maybe you can get a second job or finally apply to get a new job that's going to make you more money and maybe create less stress. Or for some of you guys, it might look like going back to school, because maybe you want to manifest a dream home, but you know the lifestyle you're living, the choices you've made just aren't going to cut it. So it might be you're going to have to go back to school and take the steps to get there. So just ask yourself, like, what steps, and by the way, you don't have to go back to school. Like I personally never graduated college. I went for a while, but you can still live a successful, prosperous life and buy a home without going to college, but that's just an example. So You guys, here's the thing. Think about the actual little steps you have to take in order to make something happen. I'll use an example from my life, okay? I was living in a small town, this is a couple years ago, and I wanted to move to Los Angeles. So I realized, okay, like the first thing I need to do is research and figure out like how I'm gonna get there and how it works, and see how much apartments are, and like maybe think about what job I'm gonna get there and start looking at that. And I need to like brush up my resume. And so those are the first couple steps for me. Just researching, brushing up my resume, figuring that out. And then I actually went and got another job. I decided to do some work on the side outside of my regular day job. And so I worked towards that and made business cards and got things ready for that, put out some feelers. So sometimes taking action looks like reaching out to somebody or emailing someone or printing out something or brushing up your resume or getting the tools, the materials, the resources that you need to go towards it. Sometimes there's a couple steps that you need to take before you can actually get to that. So don't be overwhelmed by, I want to be a millionaire and that's on my list, but what do I do right now? Think about what kind of mindset do you need to have? Where can you start? Start right now with where you're at, with what you have, with the tools and the resources that are already available to you. And if you're in a really tight situation and you're I'm just trying to manifest more money because this is falling apart and I don't have any time and I'm stressed out, there is still something you can do. Maybe you need to take action by resting so that you can get energy. Maybe you're so stressed and you're okay, I just need to focus on my lifestyle right now. How can I get some rest? Maybe I can trade a friend, I'll babysit your kids on this day or this night if you babysit my kids on this night. And that way I can have a little bit of rest from my kids or whatever and relax and have time to work towards that thing. Sometimes there's people you gotta reach out to, there's help that you need to enlist. No person is an island. Sometimes when you pray, you wish, you dream, you fantasize, you set intentions, the answer can come through a person or through a group of people. So this is where you're going to be reaching out to other people as well to help. Whatever your manifestation is, whatever situation you're in, wherever you are not hopeless. There is definitely something you can do. You just might have to be a little bit creative to figure out the first couple steps. What the heck is that? Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. There's somebody drilling or all of a sudden some construction going on. Anyways, ADHD, you guys. Hey, and that's another thing. If you have any disabilities, ADHD or whatever, maybe sometimes, or social anxiety, maybe sometimes that's kind of what holds you back or is difficult to focus on something or to try something, but just do what you can. There's only so much you can do sometimes when you have a disability or something else going on. If you're super depressed or this week happens to be a really busy week for you, just try to do 5 minutes a day. It's more about the momentum you're creating and less what you're doing. It doesn't really matter what step you take, it's just that you take a step, okay? So I hope I'm being clear, you guys. This week is all about taking action. It's very important that you take action today when you see this video. I have a couple things on my list I'm gonna do today. They're very small. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. Maybe this is kind of TMI, but I always tend to be on my period during this week in the moon cycle, during the take action phase. So I'm tired and I'm exhausted. I just wanna lay down and it's kind of overwhelming for me every month. It's always a challenge to take action during this time of the moon cycle for me personally. But what I found is that just planting little seeds and taking little steps works. Like I said, it doesn't matter if your step is a huge step or if you're hauling ass and you're working all day long towards your goal. It doesn't matter. You can do that. If you're feeling in the mood, go for it. If you're tired and you feel like you kind of have to force it, just do something little. It's funny. Last night before I went to bed, I was having a hard time getting to sleep because I had all of these ideas, creative ideas about how I could take action, all the stuff I have to do and all the things on my schedule. I was really hyped up and really excited. Like the energy of this phase of the moon, this first quarter moon, like hit me all of a sudden. And so maybe that's how you're feeling naturally, even if you're feeling down or depressed, or you're on your period, or you have an injury, or you're really stressed with the kids and work, or this or that. You will still, somewhere inside of you, feel the effects of this new moon. It's a very natural thing to kind of feel this week as the moon is in this phase that like you want to do something or you want to take action. So like your energy might not really be as resistant to this as you think. So take good care of yourself. Your health comes above all else. We all have busy lives. We all have so much that's going on, but this week you've got to take action. You've got to do something. Every day, look at your list and just think, what can I do? I highly recommend that if you haven't, go back and watch episode 13, which is the episode before this. And there's an exercise that I had you guys do where you go through your list and you write down ideas of little action steps that are very doable and, you know, on your list. So it's that way for me, when I go and look at my list of intentions, I already have action steps written down. And every day I can just pick one of my intentions, or if I'm feeling up to it, pick a couple of them. And I can just look at my list and be like, all right, I'm gonna do that today. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I don't feel like doing that one. I'm too tired for that, but I can do that. So maybe some of you guys are wondering, what am I gonna do today? Well, one of my intentions has to do with doing a photo shoot. You guys know I love fashion styling, and I'm here in this amazing city full of so many amazing designers. I've already met some people. I've already put out feelers a couple months ago, but the weather was just awful. It was freezing, it was windy, there was like no way to shoot, and I really didn't want to shoot in a studio because I want to take advantage of the beautiful landscape here. So the weather's starting to get better, and so what's on my list is making a vision board or a mood board for the shoot I want to do, and like picking out what designers I want to work with, and like looking at a package of models and choosing a model. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a vision board for that shoot. I'm going to kind of get some details worked out, pick the model, and kind of move forward with that. Something else I'm doing is I'm going out to purchase something. One of my intentions is to take better care of my skin, and so I'm going out to purchase a foundation that has like SPF in it because it's starting to get more sunny here and I really need to protect my skin. So I'm purchasing some foundation for my skin. Kind of random. My list isn't in front of me, but I'm trying to think of more stuff I'm trying to do. Well, a lot of things that I'm asking for this moon cycle have to do with like a lot of material stuff. So it's okay if you're just asking for like random material stuff. I manifested like a boss last month, so much stuff, and like I was very focused the month before that on my business. And so I'm trying to manifest some new clothing. And so I'm like, today I'm probably gonna work through my budget and see how I can fit some of that in, and I might purchase like some socks or something when I'm out because I really need some new socks. I'm also trying to manifest that I get ahead on my personal readings, and so today, like I do every day, I'm going to do a bunch of personal readings. So anyone who's waiting for a personal reading from me, just know it's coming soon. I don't really have that many people left on my list, but yeah, my goal, my intention I set was to be completely caught up, and yeah. So I'm not too far away from that. If I can knock a couple of readings out today and tomorrow, the next day, I'll probably be completely caught up on my readings. So that's another intention I set. Yeah, I didn't really manifest anything that crazy this time around because I've already manifested so much. Running out of things to ask for. Also, actually, another thing I wanted to manifest was a trip out of town, because once again, the weather here was so bad that I wasn't able to travel for a while, and I've just been like in this city for a couple of months, just kind of blah. I mean, the city's really cool, but I want to see more of the nature. So today I'm looking up places and figuring out where I want to go, figuring out the prices, like looking for Airbnb homes for just like a couple days. I'm gonna talk to my husband about it, and we're gonna try to look at the weather predictions for the next couple weeks and maybe pick a day and pick a time to go. And I have to get caught up on all my work before I go so I can take a little vacation. So that's also going to be part of me taking action towards that step. So I don't know what you guys will think. Honestly, my manifestations are really kind of basic and very material this time around, but that's okay. Like, whether you're trying to manifest world peace or you're trying to manifest a huge change in your life or just some little tiny things, it's okay. Like, don't judge yourself. You're worthy. This is your life. You're here. You can create things. You can make whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. Like, that's the greatest thing about manifestation, okay? So little baby steps, you guys. Please leave questions below if you have, like, you're confused about the manifestation process or you're unsure of how to take action. I can definitely brainstorm with you and help you come up with some ideas, but it's also very important to listen to your inner guidance about what you're being asked to do at this time. And I'm with you guys. You guys know, like I mentioned, I'm really tired this week, and there's a part of me that doesn't want to do a lot, but just like be kind to yourself, take really good care of yourself, but you just kind of got to push through it. It's very important this week that you take those action steps, okay? It's best thing you can do is for each intention, write a couple of ideas of action steps that you could take this week or over the next couple weeks, doable action steps. And then every day, go to the list and pick one thing. That's the bare minimum of what you do. You've got to do at least one thing every day to take action. It's all about building that momentum. It's more about the energy. It's more about what you're putting out energetically into the universe. It doesn't matter what step you take, doesn't matter what action step you do, doesn't matter how big it is or how little it is. It's just that you do something. It's just about the energy, all right? I'm so excited, you guys. This process has been so much fun. I just can't wait to see what all of you guys have manifest. I've already manifested a couple things off my list, actually. I manifested that I wanted to get my hair dyed. Like I said, I've been asking for a lot of material things this time around. My theme for this month was self-care because I had been working so much, and I was just like, I need to take care of myself. Like, you guys might have seen over the past 2 months, like, I wasn't doing my hair, I was barely doing my makeup, I was like really working hard. I was taking care of myself to the minimum, but I wasn't like, really treating myself, taking good care of myself. And so that was my goal this month. And so I've manifested so much on my list, and it's just, I really feel the love from the universe. I feel the love for myself. I'm starting to feel better. The more that you manifest, the more faith that you build, the more that you can manifest. It's like this really awesome process. And it's nice to just set little goals to wake up for every day. That's the other thing about this manifestation process, is that when you wake up every day, you kind of know what phase of the moon you're in, you know what energy to expect, you know, like, kind of where you're at. And that's what I like about the moon following the moon cycle. You guys will see really soon, once we head to the full moon and once we head to the waning moon, that the energy shifts, the mood shifts. You might feel different. And it's nice when you are aware of what's going on in the energies, because if you wake up crying and it's the full moon, like, you're not gonna be like, everything's wrong. You'll be like, well, my feelings are valid. I should, kind of express this or figure this out. Spend some time with myself today, but generally it's the full moon. I bet there's a lot of other people out there that are crying. So you know what I mean? It's nice and it's comforting. And sometimes in our society, I know I'm rambling, but I hope you guys enjoy. Sometimes in our society, we are pressured to every single day be productive, every single day hustle, to like that are almost like our worth or our value is about what we're doing or what we're producing. And, sometimes we feel like just different. Sometimes we don't feel like that every day. So following the moon cycle is nice because it kind of tells you when you should push forward, when you should take action, when you can afford to pull back, when you should be dreaming more. It's really nice, you know? So this is the part of the moon phase that I feel like is extremely important. If you skip this part, your manifestations, they could come through, but I feel like this really grounds your intentions into the earth, and it helps you to feel more rewarded. When you put action into it, when you put your heart into it, when you make it happen, you also feel more in control of your life. You know, this isn't about just praying to God or the universe and just being like, please help me, and then everything falls in your lap, or it doesn't, and you're like sad and you're just like, God forgot about me or something. Like, when you can be a part of it, when you see how you can take control and you can make change in your life, and then you also notice the little synchronicities that God or the universe or collective consciousness or the energies also help bring in your life. It's cool. Like, you feel like you're a part of it. So this manifestation process is supposed to empower you. It's not supposed to be you giving up all your power and all of your control to like God or the universe or the collective consciousness or whatever. It's acknowledging and harnessing the energy that is around you and within you, within and without of you. It's acknowledging you're part of that energy and you do have creative control over your life. So this is about taking your power back, harnessing your power, and working with the energies and the world around you, being a part of that energy, being a part of the world around you. Isn't it fascinating how, you know, certain plants grow in certain seasons, or you have to do certain, like, plant certain seeds at the full moon or whatever, harvested in this season. Like, you're like that. Your body in your vessel is a part of that. So there's going to be different seasons in your life. So doing certain things at certain phases of the moon is going to be very good for your energy and good for your manifestation process. Okay? So follow your heart. If you feel like you need to rest now, that's fine. If you feel like you need another day or two to set your intentions, go for it. But honestly, we're at the take action phase of the moon. You gotta do something. I'm just doing little steps. That's all I can really do this week. And I'll continue to take steps throughout the next moon cycle, maybe throughout the full moon and maybe the waning moon as I'm being called to. It doesn't mean you only work this week and then you stop and you don't do any more work. It's just this week is gonna be a very important time to work. Just like how it's very important to prep the soil and get ready to plant during a certain season with you know people who garden or whatever, work with the land. It's kind of like that. Like, this is the time to really make it happen and take that action. Okay, you don't have to. Once I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to say one last time, you guys. It's okay if you don't finish whatever the project is. It's okay if you only take a tiny little step. Maybe you end up completing it this week. I'm going to complete my vision board and have everything done this week. I know that. But, you know, there's some things you might be able to complete. There's some things that might still be left hanging, and that's okay. You just got to do something, okay? So let me know if you have questions below. Really excited. I'll see you guys here for tomorrow for episode 15. My schedule's in my phone, so I have no idea what we're doing, but I'm pretty much just gonna be continuing to encourage you guys through this week. It's extremely important that you take action. I'm gonna encourage you guys here every single day, so keep coming to my channel for Manifest with Me in March. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Peace out.